What is going on, everybody? It is good to be back, and I actually, I really did. I missed everybody. I know we were off last week because I had to coach, and I thought there was a good chance. Actually, we had a scheduled game for today, so I thought we were going to have to cancel again today. But then city playoffs got the schedule came out, and it turned out that we had a city playoff game yesterday and we have a city playoff game tomorrow. But today was just practice, so we were able to go live. So here we are, and I'm glad to be here. Like I said, I missed everybody. Great seeing some familiar faces. And while I'm speaking about that, let's introduce some of those familiar faces. While I got Zoe crawling over me here to try to get to her plate of treats. But DC Brother was the first to check in. So congrats on that, DC. Then we had Mike, one of our admins. He's been chatting with everybody. Jimbo from Mempho is here once again. Rick Wade, all right, good to see you. And Rick's been coming out with a lot of articles. If you haven't checked his page and the articles out, he posts on my page, Facebook page, and also I've seen it on Island Time in addition to his own, obviously. So good to see that and check him out. Mike is saying to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you're new. Would appreciate that very much. We got Frankie Floyd starting us off with these super stickers, and I got you down, Frankie. Your numbers 21 and 22. Sherry and Jay were carried over from 2 weeks ago. They were number 1 through 20. So thank you for starting us off right, Frankie Floyd. Good to see you here again. And we got Shane back once again. Good to see you, Shane. And Cheryl is here. Cheryl and Tim down in Ocala, Florida, enjoying the warm weather. And they're teasing me about my cold city here in Chicago every now and then. And Tim was sharing how he was going to have to brave the 60-degree weather a week or so ago. We were dealing with freezing temps of like minus 30 and stuff. Chris Kakins is here. What's going on? Good to see you. And we have Lalila back. Good to see you again, Lalila. Justin is here. Justin, you weren't first today. Normally you're first. You got a late start today. We got Brad H., a resident comedian. What's the joke of the day, Brad? Will G is here once again, and Bless Nettie. Good to see you both. T-Boat on the go. Nick Norrell. Look at that. We got a lot of familiar faces. Michael Allen. Usnavi is here. Is Lido Tito here? And Anne is here also from the Carnival Magic. And look at that. We got the Carnival Cruise Addicts back once again. Great to see you too. And Cruise Life Tea. They're a package item. They cruise together. So see, their comments are together and they cruise together on the Carnival celebration. So yeah. Good deal. Well, great to see everybody. And, since Frankie Floyd started us off that super sticker, let me just say that really quick. And Zoe, come here. Come here. Now, normally we give Zoe a big treat, like one of these big shish kebab thingies when somebody does a $10 super chat. But we have a piece of salami here. So Frankie, since he started us off, you're going to high five for Frankie. There's a nice piece of salami for Zoe. And then if anybody does a $15 super chat, you hook Zoe and me up with a treat. Me is bourbon, and we're running low on this one. We might actually finish this bottle. I do have another bottle back there that I won't bother pulling out unless we get through this one. But yeah, so it's been busy. Again, I apologize for not being here last week. Had a game. We won. We've won 6 in a row. Look at that. We got funnel heads here too. We got everybody. This is awesome. And we won our city playoff game. We were in the round of 32 to 16, and now we won our Sweet 16 game. So we are in the Elite 8 of our Chicago City playoff. If we win that, then we make it to the Final Four, obviously. So we're a slight underdog tomorrow, or maybe a little bit more than slight. We play a really good team, but we get them at home. So there's a good chance that we could pull this off. And look at that. Carnival Cruise Addicts has done the deed. They have set Zoe and I up, and we'll take care of Zoe first. This is going to take her a minute, but she didn't eat yet today, or not since this morning. So high five for Carnival Cruise Addicts, and say thank you. Say thank you. Good girl. All right. So thank you for that very much. And like I said, we still got a little bit of Four Roses here, and we might get into this other bottle because I don't know if there's more than actually, yeah, I don't even think there's 2 shots left in this. So Carnival Cruise addicts, thank you so much here. Cheers to you. Thanks for getting us started. All right. So Carnival Cruise addicts, let me write you down here. So Frankie Floyd was 21 and 22. So you are 23 through 37. 23 through 37. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Mike, Cruise Life. Okay, yeah, Funnelheads, and Andrew is here. I don't know if Michelle and the little guy is here, but great to see you guys again. T-Boat on the go. Michelle is here. Michelle from Cruise Life. we got both the same channel on 2 different threads here, so that this is great. And Eric from North Shore Travelers is here. Great. It's great to see so many of you, like I said. All right, so the topics that I kind of wanted to go over today. First, group cruising. Because I know many of you, I mentioned Cruise Life TV and Carnival Cruise Addicts. They just happened to do like a little mini group. They found out they're going to go on the Carnival celebration the same week. And that happens a lot. Like I've talked to some of you and you're like, oh, wow, we're on the same cruise. And then, we hook up, do a bar crawl or whatever together. And it's a lot of fun. So, the group, one of the reasons I mentioned the group cruising is on this last cruise, the Carnival celebration, and this happens so often, I've mentioned it many times, but I do that bar crawl early in the cruise, usually on the second day, sometimes on the third day, if there's 2 sea days, because the second day, most of you know, especially if you cruise Carnival, that second day is usually formal night. So if there's an extra sea day on the front end, I do that third day, and that way, it doesn't rub up against formal night. Because some people, obviously have been drinking all day. Your formal pictures might not turn out quite the way you want them to. So we try to dodge that bullet. But otherwise, we do it early enough in the day that it doesn't cause too much trouble. So, I meet a bunch of people via Messenger that are ordering Coach Cruise shirts and things like that. So I kind of talk to people ahead of time. But then when the bar crawl comes, like, oh, yeah, we talk about this conversation or whatever we had. And then we do the bar crawl. And, then sometimes, obviously, I'm going to see some of these same people around the ship. Maybe it's at a bar, maybe it's just, passing the hall or whatever. And sometimes you get talking to one another and all of a sudden you're hanging out with one another. And all of a sudden you're hanging out most of the week. So there was a group of us and they started to dub us the night crew. And we hung out, I would say probably 5 of those 7 days in the evening. And if you saw some of my vlogs, you saw the group, but we had a great time together. And what was cool is I had already had New Year's Eve booked on the Carnival Vista. So anybody hasn't booked a New Year's Eve cruise, if you're looking for one, Carnival Vista, December 28th out of Port Canaveral. And I had mentioned that to these other 4, that we were hanging out with or whatever. And instantly, the couple, Rod and Vicky, they're like, hey, we're doing it. We're going to book this. We're going to book this cruise or whatever. So they instantly jumped on board. And then the 2 ladies that were from Dallas, it took them a while longer, but, within the last couple days or whatever, they're like, yep, we're running it back or whatever. So I know many of you have stories like that. And so I want in the comments for you avid cruisers, and most of you are avid cruisers out there, let's see in the comments, some people that you've met, that you've, done multiple cruises with, or, become like real friends with. And many of you, we're already that, right? Like we've met on a cruise or done a bar crawl. Like Andrew and I, we met on a cruise, Usnavi, Lido, Tito, same thing. Let's see who else is on here. Tim and Cheryl, they did a bar crawl with me, and we've been friends ever since. And yeah, there's so many of you. Oh, D Kid, I missed you. I didn't see you there. I see you in the comments now. So welcome to the show. And yeah, so I was just kind of curious in the comments if there are some connections. Now I know Usnavi and Lido Tito. There's a whole big island time network. That we've all kind of been friends and hooked up and things like that. And we've been on several cruises together and things like that. So Shane says met SCT Adventures. Let's get that up on the screen. On the Glory, October 2023. Great people. Very cool. Let's see some more stories. I want to see some more comments of some people, some friends that you might have made, and then gone on a cruise together. Here we go. We got Funnelheads. Okay, wait. We got Carnival Cruise Addicts right before that. We've met so many great people. Yeah, they are gems. Absolutely. Funnelhead says we met Arc Adventure on the Mardi Gras and the Para DJ on the final sailing of Elation. Awesome. And Andrew, I think, has just about everybody beat because he met his wife on a cruise. So, and it's cool if you check out Funnelheads. I think those pictures are up on your actual site, but he's got pictures from when his wife and him met on the very first cruise, the very first time they met. He's got those pictures from the cruise ship they were on. He's still in his Marine uniform and all that stuff. So that's really cool. So I don't know if anybody will be able to top Andrews unless you met your spouse on a cruise, then you can match him. I don't know if you'll be able to quite top him. Will G, let's see, let's get you up here. Met Arc Adventures on the Jubilee. Will, you met me on a ship too. Was it the Breeze? I think Will I met for the first time on the Breeze. We'd known each other through the chat here and stuff, but I think it was the Breeze that I met Will for the first time and his daughter, and we did an excursion together. We did the Cenotes and Progresso, if I remember correctly. Sometimes my mind is completely lost and I forget every damn thing. And then I remember stuff that I maybe should have forgot. And I remember from the Carnival Magic Thanksgiving, some stuff just sticks with me and other stuff is like, goodbye. Let's see here. Rick says, I met, oh yeah, I've heard of this guy, even though I don't go on Royal. But Rick says, I met Super Mario on the President's Cruise on Allure last July, over 11,000 cruise points and still counting. I told him he was my hero. Very cool. Look at this. Anne has put together a pub crawl in March, and my co-host, who I did not know, was in the cabin next to us. We reconnected. Yeah, isn't that funny? Like I've been on a couple cruises where, I mean, you're on this giant ship, right? And then you meet somebody and you're like, oh, where's your room at? And they're like, oh, I'm on floor 8. Well, I'm on floor 8. What's your cabin number? Oh, it's 8216. I'm in 8220, I mean, just a couple doors down. That's happened on at least 2 cruises that I can think of where, I met somebody on the big cruise ship or whatever, and they're like right there next to you. And, obviously it wasn't organized or anything like that. Let's see here. We got Sandy Lost Pirate Jenkins, met our best friends on the Parrot Head cruises back in 2010. That must have been a really, really cool cruise. The Parrot Heads in general, that's a party cruise, right? So you're going to be having a good time regardless of anything going on. And yeah, so cheers to that. And speaking of cheers, let me take a drink here. If by somehow I get through this drink, and I don't take a whole lot of drink breaks, but if I do have a backup here. And this isn't quite the double, but it is a mighty big pour. So it's like, I think, more like a shot and a half. But yeah, that would be the next 15 if I get this one down. And I got my can of Coke Zero ready there for me. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, D Kid, that's right. D Kid and I were in Alaska together. We were hanging out at the smallest alchemy bar in the fleet. Smallest alchemy bar in the fleet. We were hanging out, and that was a good time. D Kid, did you go to what was the name of that bar in Victoria? Broad and Banker or something. But in Victoria, there's this really fun bar. It used to be an old bank, and they converted it into a bar. Went on 2 cruises back to back, hung out at that same bar both times in Victoria, had a really good time. Let's see here. Let's get Tim up on the screen. We celebrated Cheryl's birthday on the Mardi Gras when we met. Yes, absolutely. Yep. And that's when we did the bar crawl together. That was the first time I met Tim and Cheryl. And yeah, we had a great time on that bar crawl and on that cruise. Let's see, Mike Anthony. I know Mike Anthony has posted, on the Alchemy, and he's got a cruise coming up not too far from now, and he's a big Alchemy fan too. And I know he shared a lot of great videos of his alchemists and all the fun they had. So I'm sure Mike has made some good friends on that cruise, and we'll make some more. Chris has said, I went on the Freedom in 2010, and it was pretty new back then. So much fun. That's cool. Frankie Floyd. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Oh, and Will says, prior to that, all the cruises I've booked in 2025, 26 are group cruises. Frankie Floyd says, we still cruise with two couples that we met while on a cruise. That's awesome. North Shore Travelers. Here we go. The Freedom was my wife and I's first ever cruise in 2010 seems to be a popular year. I've seen that pop up about 3 different times here from 3 different people. It was our honeymoon cruise after my deployment. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's very cool. Love to see that. And we got a lot of comments coming in. Yep. And yeah, I mentioned this briefly, but Cruise Life TV and the Carnival Cruise Addict, they just happen to be on the same cruise. And I remember discussing this, on one of the lives, and I'm like, oh, hey, Carnival Cruise Addicts, Cruise Life TV, you guys are gonna be on the same cruise. And they hooked up and had a great time together. So that's awesome. Let's see here. We got Anne, my friend from the last cruise, booked with us for a cruise in March. She's again my wingman. Very cool. D-Kid says, no, we didn't go, but we saw the Pure Red. Oh, yeah. That was a fun little. Oh, look, we got Moonlight Adventures back. And again, for those of you that don't know, Josh and Chastity, they are on 1 hour before us. 1 hour before us. So if you're waiting for my show to start, jump on over and check out Moonlight Adventures. They're on 1 hour before. And if you haven't already subscribed to them, they are a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, let's see, where did we all hooked up together? What port was that? That was in what's the port? They live there. They can tell you. I'm blanking here. But yeah, we just hung out, a few months ago at a bar, and it's something with an N. Why can I not remember that port city? It's not a common one. It's not Florida, Virginia, Norfolk. That's what it is. Norfolk, Virginia. That's where we were. So let's see. Carnival Cruise Addicts, catch a replay. Very cool. All right, let's go. A lot of comments. This is awesome. I want to see if there's any. Okay, here's Rick. Rick ran into a friend of mine in St. Thomas on top of the mountain. I was on the Liberty of the Seas. He was on the Carnival Triumph. Look at all the different comments we got. And okay, we got Rick, Carnival Cruise X, Moonlight. Okay, everybody's saying hi to each other. Just wanted to see if there's any other comments that I missed. But yeah, I mean, I've done and met so many people. Angie, you've probably seen on here several times. She is the Merry Mixer, the one that bakes all the cakes and everything. But her and her 2 besties, Nikki and Christy, they've done a couple cruises with me. I got my buddy who is an Army guy, and he was one of the very first coach cruisers. He's doing another cruise with me in March, James. And yeah, I've had, several people, Orlando's, he's an AD. Well, we didn't meet on a cruise, but we've cruised together and things like that. But yeah, I mean, so many of you that I've hooked up with, Lewis and Monsi, who I met, D-Kid, we were talking about that Luminosa. They live down in Miami. And I'm like, oh, well, obviously I cruise out of there all the time. So, I went down and hooked up with Lewis and Monsi. We ended up going on the Thanksgiving cruise together on the Carnival Celebration. And we met on the Carnival Luminosa. So I've hung out with them, been to their house, everything. It's been great. And then turns out met another couple, and they're from the very same town. in the Miami area there. And they were Rod and Vicky from the night cruise. So it's just a small world. And I mentioned Usnavi and Lido Tito earlier. They're down in Louisiana. And yeah, just making friends and expanding the cruise family all over the nation and all over the world, really, because you become friends with, members of the crew. And yeah, like many of like I'm friends with Lee, and I truly consider him a friend. We've hung out and, gone out, had lunch together, things like that. It's not just business. And yeah, it's this great Cookie. Him and I were chatting just a couple days ago, about what he's got going on coming up and everything. So hoping to get Cookie on here live sometime in the future here. Near, we've discussed it, the right time and things like that. So be looking forward to Cookie potentially joining us sometime in the near future, and would love to hear what Cookie has going on. And as a matter of fact, he's actually been doing some teaching, believe it or not. If you follow him on his page, he's still, under the Cookie Monster and everything, and you can see, kind of keep up with him a little bit, but he's been doing all sorts of different things and having a great time hanging with family and, doing this and that. So yeah, Ann says, I miss Cookie. I miss Cookie too. I think all of us that cruised with Cookie would love to see Cookie cruising again, but he's enjoying his time now. We'll see what the future holds, but I'm sure it's going to turn out great for him. All right, Chris says, can't wait to hear more info on the Celebration Key. Looked real nice and fun. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because how amazing does the Celebration Key look? I'll be honest. The Bahamas itinerary, that's not my favorite. If I'm going to do a 5-day cruise or something like that, which I rarely do, I'm usually going to try to do a 6, 7, 8-day cruise, something like that. But I'm not in love with the Bahamas itinerary. Nothing against the Bahamas. I have done a couple nice excursions out there, but it's just like, if I have my choice between like a Bahamas itinerary and like any other Caribbean itinerary, any other is going to win. But this Celebration Key could be, and Christine Duffy said it. She said it when the Mardi Gras came out, the first XL class ship in Carnival. She said that was a game changer. And she didn't use that word game changer again in reference to anything Carnival until she brought up Celebration Key. And she said that was a game changer. And I believe it will be. If you saw that video that Carnival just released, as a matter of fact, I released a video. Andrew, I think from Funnelheads did as well. And maybe a couple of our cruise content people that are on here probably did as well. Oh, we got Jay here. Let me see if I missed anybody. But yeah, Celebration Key just looks amazing. And again, I released a video. If you go on YouTube and do Celebration Key search, you'll see the video from Carnival directly. But, like I said, I shared it on mine as well. But yeah, it really looks amazing. That's what Mike is saying. So let's see. Frankie Floyd. Oh, Frankie Floyd says I had a great time with Cookie playing beer pong. Yeah, and how many cruise directors are going to play beer pong with you? Seriously. But that's the type of thing Cookie would do. And we got Jay here. Jay and Sherry. I am doing great, Jay. Glad you two made it. And thank you for joining as always. Let's see, Mike. Half Moon Cay. Yeah, Mike, as a matter of fact, I'm going to Half Moon Cay this summer. I believe it's through the Carnival Venecia. And I haven't been to Half Moon Cay in a long, long time. So I'm really looking at, obviously, if you've seen pictures, you see how beautiful the water is and everything. So it is very, very cool. Let's see here. Trying to catch up with everybody. Everybody's saying hi to Jay and Sherry. Ann says, not too bad, a bad light. Thoughts about the Bahamas. Warren. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Bruce and Ocean Travel. They're going to be talking a lot about the Celebration Key. And welcome, Bruce. Good to see you. And look at that, Cruise Life TV. Thank you so much. Cruise Life TV. Let's see. You are 38 through 52. 38 through 52. Thank you so much. Oh, and Zoe, come here. Greg and Michelle just hooked you up. So, high five for Cruise Life TV. What do you say? Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Zoe, you're ruining my show here. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Okay. Zoe, say thank you. Okay, she's distracted. I guess you don't get a thank you, Cruise Life TV, but I thank you. I thank you. And let us get the shot going here. I got a little bit of more of this Four Roses, but I have some Old Forester as well. Oh, you know what? That was just enough. So we finished the Four Roses. So thank you, Carnival Cruise Addicts and Cruise Life TV. And next we have Old Forester. That is the next bottle of Cruise Life TV. Thank you for my treat here. And let's get you up on the screen. And please do as Cruise Life TV says and hit that like button if you haven't already hit the like button. Yeah, Bless Nettie says Celebration Key looks great. And I missed one here. Wait. Okay, I'm like way behind on comments. Okay, so I see somebody else did a super chat, and I'm going to get there. So Will G says he was in Dodgeball also talking about Cookie. Absolutely. Usnabi is saying hello to Moonlight Adventures. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Yep. Just to be safe, whatever port you go to, private islands. Yeah, private islands probably would be fine. Oh, look at that. We got Brad and Sherry back to back. The back-to-back attack there. Look at that. You all are so awesome. And like I said, I seriously was looking forward to this show because it had been 2 weeks. And I'm like, I got to get back to my people. I got to get back to my cruise family. And look at that. We got Brad H. And Brad, you are 53 through 72. And Sherry and Jay, thank you so much. Okay, you all are going to start us a new one again, like you so commonly do, and we so much appreciate that. So you are 73 through 100, but then also you're going to start the new one. Let's see. Have to do math, but this is a good thing. That's 22 more. So Sherry and Jay, you are also numbers 1 through 22 on the next round, which I love starting it off, already getting 20 in. All right. So for those of you new to the channel, this is what we do. We, once we reach $100 in super chats and, you know, we could have 50 1 week and then another 50 the next week. It always carries over. So if you do a super chat and you're like, oh, he didn't do a drawing for a shirt or whatever, I always carry it over. So for example, Sherry and Jay actually had numbers 1 through 20 that carried over from 2 weeks ago. So they are 1 through 20. Frankie Floyd started us off today, 21 through 22. Carnival Cruise Addicts jumped in with 23 through 37. We did our first shot there. Then Cruise Life TV backed that up. They are 38 through 52. Then Brad H came in 53 through 72. And then Sherry and Jay are 73 through 100. And they are also numbers 1 through 22. And I have a variety of Coach Cruise shirts in different colors, front and back. I got a blue one and a pink one handy, so I'll show them to you both. But I have about 6 different colors. But here's just a couple of them. And we go in sizes from small to 3XL currently. So let's see who's going to win the shirt this week. I shared the numbers already. As you can see, there's no number up there. And I'll say to Siri, hey, Siri, give me a number, a random number, 1 through 100, and then the number will pop up here. So you know that it's all fair. Here we go. Siri, give me a random number, 1 through 100. Oh, geez. That's not supposed to. Siri, give me a random number, 1 through 100. There we go. 39. Let's see who 39 is. Look at that. Cruise Life TV had numbers 38 through 52. Carnival Cruise Addicts had all the way up to 37. It's funny when it's like that close, right? But Carnival Cruise Addicts and Cruise Life TV are friends, so I'm sure they're cool with that. But congratulations, and you all know me on Messenger, so you can message and let me know what color shirt, what size you want, and we will be happily sending that off to you next week. So thank you again for participating in that. And Sherry and Jay are already numbers 1 through 22 for the next round. So if you do a another super chat, remember, even if we don't reach 100 today, there's a good chance we'll reach it next week, and we'll have the drawing, and hopefully you are the winner. All right, so thank you all so much for those super chats, and cheers. Let me take a drink to that. Oh, you know what? Shoot, I didn't even do Sherry and Jay's. You guys just, and Brad. Y'all are gonna get me in trouble here. I have the Old Forester. I owe you both a shot. And Zoe's got some more treats coming. Come on. All right. Geez. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm forgetting to thank you for your generosity here. And Zoe would really be upset with me if I forgot about hers. And look at that. We've got 3 of these left, and 2 of them. One, yeah, I know you want it. Brad, and then we have Sherry and Jay. So first one for Brad. High five for Brad. Say thank you. You gonna say thank you this time? Okay, good girl. All right. And then Sherry and Jay, don't let me forget. That one is for you, for Zoe. And Brad, this one's yours. And then Sherry and Jay, I owe you all one. And thank you so much. And thankfully, the Old Forester, we got the big bottle. But look, that is only 86 proof. Okay. There was one time I think I did like 100 proof or 96 proof, and you all about put me on the floor. So this 86 is going to be a little gentler on me, but I have this one ready, Sherry and Jay. So we'll take care of that in just a bit. But again, thank you so much. Look, I have some would you rather questions. I know everybody likes those. So, all right. Many of you have cruised, and many of you have done both of these. Some of you have not done both of these, so let me explain. The first would you rather is, don't anybody answer yet. Let me explain first. Jason, hello. What's going on? And thank you for joining. Again, don't anybody answer yet. But would you rather golf cart or catamaran? So let's explain for the people that haven't been on one or the other. All right, so golf carts, some of the smaller islands where they don't have a lot of traffic, they give you an option to rent a golf cart, and you can go driving around the island. It's really cool. My favorite place to rent a golf cart is in Bonaire. I realize not everybody's been to Bonaire, but Bonaire is a really small island, and you can drive around half the island in a day. And, there's bars along the way. There's beaches along the way, everything. It's a really cool experience. You could pack a little cooler, and since you're in a golf cart, technically, I don't know if you're supposed to drink or drive, but on those islands without any traffic, I think it's okay. If it's not, I'm in trouble. But you can, and I think you're going to be okay. So it's a really good time. So for those of you that think that sounds awesome, you can put golf cart. And then for those of you that just love a catamaran, the great thing about a catamaran is, you usually get to do snorkeling. And you're just sailing through the water there. You're right up on the water. Sometimes you can lay on those little nets and the water's up there splashing you and everything. And it's usually a good, party feeling, and just really soaking in the island and all that as you're zipping around the island, right? So some of you already cheated, and you already started, and you cheated first. Ann says golf cart. So go ahead, throw your answers up there. Would you rather, if you have your choice between a golf cart or a catamaran, what is your choice going to be? Ann started us off with golf cart. Then we have catamaran. So it's 2-2 right out of the gate. Catamaran 3-2. Rick ties it up 3-3. Michelle makes it 4-3 catamaran. Shane makes it 4-4. Golf cart and catamaran tied up. Usnavi says Lido said he wants to put his golf cart on a catamaran. All right, so it's 4.5 to 4.5 now because we got a half a vote either way. Look at that. Mike Anthony broke the tie. We are golf cart is one up. D Kid says we did see a ton of golf carts 2 weeks ago in Bon Air, but I choose the catamaran. Okay, so we are tied once again. This is a great would you rather. I love when I pick would you rathers and it's like split. Carnival Cruise Addict says, yeah, that sounds amazing. It does sound amazing. Sandy has broken the tie. Catamaran is up by 1. Cruise Life TV has made it up by 2. Carnival Cruise Addicts. See, look, Cruise Life TV and Carnival Cruise Addicts, they're sticking together. They cruise together and they stick together on their answers. So Catamaran is pulling out in front. Ann says Grand Turk is the perfect place to rent. Yeah, you know what? I haven't ridden a golf cart on Grand Turk, but Bon Air. I would argue with you on that, Ann. I think Bon Air is the perfect place to rent the golf cart, but I haven't done it on Grand Turk, so I can't give a true honest answer on that. Brad H says tried the golf cart once, fell off the damn promenade deck. There's Brad H. There's our resident comedian. Macrina Elizabeth Holder can drive it home. So Catamaran. All right. So Catamaran ended up pulling out on top, but we had a tight race going on there. Let's see. Chris says, don't forget Rick Wade super chat for t-shirt. I did the t-shirt drawing, and Cruise Life TV, they won the t-shirt drawing, unless you're talking about something else. A T-Boat on the Go says golf cart. So we have a late golf cart vote. Frankie Floyd says depends on the port, but golf cart. Okay, hey, we got some late golf carts coming in here. Usnavi says, what can I say? We know how to party. And yes, you do, because I've partied with you. And then Rick Wade, thanks. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. You guys are talking code or something. I feel like I've forgotten something here. All right. So I got another would you rather. This one is more for your adventurous types. Some of you may be like, okay, I'm not doing either one of these. So this is more the adventurous crowd. Oh, you sent a new super chat. I'm sorry. Let's go back up here and find it. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, you sure did. Congrats to the Jubilee for saving 2 guys in the Gulf. Yes. And you know what? Let me put that on the screen. And thank you for that, Rick. So, Rick, and thank you for letting me know because I sure did miss that. So, Rick, you are numbers 23 and 24. And yeah, and thank you. And please, if I ever forget or miss somebody, and I apologize for that, Rick. I really do. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, and honestly, I was joking with somebody. They were asking me like, do you make any money? I'm doing this YouTube thing or whatever. And I said, not really. And it's true. Like, I mean, it changes from month to month, but honestly, probably the biggest portion of what I get is probably from you all, from like super chats and super stickers and all that other stuff, because it really takes like thousands of views before you make any kind of money at all or whatever. So, if I'm doing vlogs and things like that, and it's only getting like 800 views or 1,000, I'm probably making like $2 or $3 on that. Like I might spend a few hours editing. Well, not a few hours, maybe not quite that long, but yeah, you do spend quite a bit of time. But here's the thing. Again, we talked about this. Why do you cruise and group cruises and things like that is all of you, really. I mean, I have such a great time with all of you and have a lot of fun doing this. So the way I've explained it to people is, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of money, but eventually, as you grow, you're going to make a little bit more money, right? But the thing about it is to me, this is kind of like a really fun hobby. I don't know if hobby is a good way to put it, but I connect with all of you. I have a great time hanging out with all of you, chatting, talking, going on bar crawls, cruising together, talking about cruising, sharing our cruise experiences and things like that. And then I get a little bit of money on top of it. I mean, how many hobbies out there, can you have a great time with? And you can have a great time with hobbies and really enjoy your hobby and everything like that, right? But how many of them are actually paying you money? You're spending money. So the fact that I get to make a little bit of money and I get to enjoy and hang out with all of you and just have a wonderful time or whatever. So, that makes it all worth it. It is a lot of hours of editing and film, and you got to stay on top of everything to stay relevant and all that. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So, the money, like I said, is secondary. But I do really appreciate, all of the super chats and everything because that helps and that motivates me, like to keep going and keep pushing and keep pushing content out there for all of you. And like I seriously appreciate all of you for watching the super chats, super sick, everything, just everything. So love you all. All right, let's get back to the comments here. Yes, okay. So you went back to the super chat. Cruise Life TV says, and this is a great comment, this is an amazing community with so many beautiful people. And yeah, Cruise Life TV, Carnival Cruise Addicts, we have so many cruise content creators on here. And if you haven't checked out their channels, definitely make a point to it. It is absolutely 100% true what they say there about the community with so many beautiful people, and everybody supports one another. Like usually if you're like in a business, like if we were Cruise Life TV was a pizza business and I was a pizza business, we'd be competing against each other, right? But for whatever reason, on YouTube, especially in the cruising community, everybody supports one another, it seems like. You don't hear about me dissing another, cruise channel or Cruise Life TV dissing another cruise channel or whatever. It's like, it's like one of those things of, that expression, if you don't have anything good to say about somebody else, don't say anything at all. It really is that. I mean, that's what I've experienced, for the most part in the cruise channel and meeting people, cruise content creators, as we do. We support one another, and if you don't have anything good to say, you just don't say anything at all, right? And so yeah, it's really true about that. Jay says 1 week off. Yeah. Very true. Jay called me out and he's not wrong. And speaking, Jay, since it's right here, and this is the reason I had it poured already and ready. And Zoe is seriously passed out on the floor down here. She's asleep. So I have to wake her up. Come on, get your other treat. And this is from Sherry and Jay. So high five for Sherry and Jay. Okay, you got one more thank you in you? That was a little bark. One more thank you? A little louder? Thank you? Okay. She did a little tiny bark there, Sherry and Jay. So she did say thank you. And thank you for my cheers. And yeah, thank you for contributing to the out of control. All right. We got Eric from North Shore Travelers, and thank you so much for that, Eric. Frankie Floyd, you're doing great. Now, see, here's the thing. Frankie Floyd just said you're doing great, Brad. And Brad is my name, for those of you that don't know, because so many of you just call me Coach. And it's funny. I mentioned this to people on cruise ships. When somebody says Brad on the cruise ship, I'm like, who are they talking to? Because I swear 90% plus of people, when they see me on a cruise ship, it's just like Coach. And so many of you have just called me Coach that like when I'm doing the whole, YouTube thing and Coach Cruise and everything, I'm just so used to Coach. And honestly, even at my work, most of the people call me Coach. So I'm used to Coach more than anything else. But especially on cruise ships, if I hear the name Brad, I'm like, who the hell is Brad? Is Brad H on this cruise with me? So yeah, it's kind of funny. But Brad is my name, for those of you who didn't know. Let's see here. I am so behind here. I think I've done a few shots. We got Seg. Seg is here. Seg 183 says, sorry I'm late. We are glad you're here. Tim says Zoe had one too many shots. Yeah, I think it's the other way around, Tim. But yeah, I think I'm getting to that point. But we will do another, and we got 15 minutes left, so we're not going to turn it down if somebody wants to do another treat. And Zoe, for real, she is. I think she's had a long day. I got home late, and Anita's not home; she's working. So Zoe had a long day by herself, so she's a little sad. But we do. And then Sherry says golf cart. One more vote for golf cart. You know what? That vote, because I think we had like 3 golf carts in a row at the end. We might have tied that would you rather up as far as catamaran and golf cart go. I think I have a couple more would you rathers. Rick says I'll be going on the Jubilee in May. We'll be in Galveston. Now, speaking of the Jubilee, Chris mentions that. I might be doing the naming ceremony. Now, I know Derek from Island Time, he actually got into a little bit of trouble for this or took a little heat for it. It wasn't his fault, but he had shared that they're going to do the naming ceremony February 24th for the Jubilee. And they were inviting people down and things like that. They sent him an email and everything, you know, I mean, it was totally legit. And as Derek mentioned, they didn't say anywhere in the email that you shouldn't, you know, mention this or whatever. And so he did, he shared it. And I even called, you know, my guy at Carnival. Look at that. You all are awesome. Carnival Cruise Addicts, Tim, I see you. Excuse me. And anyway, yeah, so I mean, I am set to go to the naming ceremony if there is a naming ceremony, because Carnival officially hasn't announced it. John Hield had posted like, hey, tell, you know, whoever shared this, which happened to be Derek. Sorry for calling you out, Derek. To take that off his screen, or that's not true or whatever. So we don't know for sure if there's going to be a Jubilee naming ceremony, but if there is, I still have a hotel reservation down in Galveston for the 24th. So hoping that all goes through, and yeah, that would be awesome. All right, so check this out. We had Rick, and we got you down, Rick, and then the Carnival Cruise Addicts and Tim. Tell you what, we're going to have to do a bunch of water once we end this show. But I love you all. Let's see here. We got 25 through 39. So Carnival Cruise Addicts, 25 through 39. And then 10G coming in strong here. He said, hold on a second. He is numbers 40 through 59. 40 through 59. I think that's right. All right. So here we go. I should have brought a big bottle of water with me, is what I should have done. All right. We still got 12 minutes. I'll tell you what, I missed 2 weeks, and you all are making up for the 2 weeks in 1 week, which I appreciate. So thank God we did. Look, we got Paul back here. Paul is back. Thank God I went to the 86 proof, because if this would be like 100 proof or something, I wouldn't even be able to finish the show. So this is Carnival Cruise Addicts. And look, we got to get Zoe here. Zoe, you want one more treat? Have you been treated out? High five for Carnival Cruise Addicts. And yeah. Can you say thank you one time? One more time? Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. There was a little thank you there. Say thank you again. Say thank you. There you go. Good girl. All right. And then Tim, we got you covered here in a minute. Don't let me forget. We still got 11 minutes. So Carnival Cruise Addicts, this is for you. Did I write it down? Yes. All right. So we're all the way up to 59. If we get 41 more, we are doing 2 shirts today. But here we go. D-Kid. Oh, you all are. This is awesome. You know what? I'm going to do it. D-Kid came in here. All right, let's go through these here. So first we had Carnival Cruise Addicts. We're going to leave that up there for a minute. Zoe's not even going to be able to look. I finished all the big treats, like all the big Zoe treats. So we're going to have to give her like extra pieces of salami, but this is her treat tray. But you all have been giving her some of the big treats. I haven't even been able to give her all the little ones like I normally do. All right, so we're gonna have to give her some extra salami, Tim and D Kid. Let's see here. Yeah. All right, D Kid. So you were 60 through. That would be. Y'all are making me do math after doing shots. You know, they have this thing in Chicago, and they have this play. It's called Drunken Shakespeare. I feel like I'm doing Drunken Coach Cruise right now, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, kind of awesome. Carnival Cruise Addict says, sorry, not sorry. I feel you on that. I would be in the same, I would probably have the same comment for you. And matter of fact, what goes around comes around. Remember that. And then we have Tim G. And then we are going to get down to D Kid here in just a second. But okay. I'm forgetting now. Did I do Tim's? Please tell me I did. Please tell me I did. Did I only do Carnival Cruise Addicts? And don't lie to me, because I've had enough. I mean, I've had a. Oh yeah, Michelle. Michelle says, ever heard of the show Drunk History? It is hysterical. I feel like I'm getting there right now. I feel like I'm getting there right now, Michelle. Honestly, I did do Carnival Cruise Addicts. Did I do Tim's yet or no? I'm honest on this honest question. Did I do Tim's shot? Please tell me I did. I know I just did Carnival Cruise Addicts. Did I do Tim's yet or no? I know I still got to do D Kids. I forgot whether we don't have the watch. All right. I know I owe at least one more. It's God. I'm going to drink so much water at the end of the show. I promise you I am. Oh, Michelle says, oh, thank you, Rick. We're going to go with what Rick said. But just in case, yeah, thank you, Rick. Rick's trying to save me. Rick's the responsible one. Come on, Zoe. Come on. We're going to give Zoe a treat here. Here, look. Come here. We got all these salamis here. All right. So I'm just going to throw her a bunch of treats here. We're going to set these down. We got all these salamis, little individual pieces of salamis. So for Tim and Cheryl and D Kid, and you got to say thank you for all this. Say thank you. Good girl. All right. So there is a whole bunch of salami on the floor there. And Tim and D Kid, thank you. And you know what? We might do an extra one at the end here just to and thank you, Rick. And thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick, for helping me complete the show, because we still got 7 minutes to go. All right. All right. Michelle says, but don't you have to work? Yes, I do. That's why I'm going to be drinking. I seriously have like a gallon of water waiting for me in there, and I will be drinking all of it before I go to bed. We got to get right. Got a big game tomorrow, so got to get right. Okay. On North Shore Travelers. And honestly, North Shore Travelers, that is good, because that's only for Zoe. If it was 15, I would have to do this shot. So thank you for keeping me somewhat upright here. North Shore Travelers. Let me write this down. All right. So North Shore Travelers, 75 through 84. We're only 16 away. We are only 16 away from giving away a second shirt today. Oh, North Shore, it's 15. 10 is Zoe. 10 is Zoe. 10 is Zoe. So if if somebody does another 5 for Eric and North Shore Travelers, I will do another one. Y'all are getting me in trouble today, but I will do another one. But here, North Shore Travelers, and then D Kid, Zoe's up here. We got hot dogs. We got salami. High five for D Kid again, and Tim G and North Shore Travelers, and say thank you. Good girl. All right. So yeah, that takes it. And look at that. North Shore Travelers jumped in there. You all are terrible. Look at you. You're terrible in an amazing way. actually. And look, Frankie Floyd backed it up just in case. All right, so North Shore Travelers, you're now 75 through 89. And then we have Frankie Floyd. Y'all are just enjoying. This is kind of funny, though. I got to admit, I would do the same thing. So I can't even. All right, so Frankie Floyd, 89. And then I got to do math with all this. Plus 5, that's 94, right? So 90 through 94. We are only 6 away from doing another shirt. And North Shore Travelers, look at this. We got you. And look at this, Shane. You all, oh my God. This is crazy. Look at Shane. Shane put us over the top. We got to do another shirt drawing. And we got to, Zoe is like, this is the best day of Zoe's life, I think. We got hot dogs. We ran out of the big treats. We got to give her like a whole bunch of hot dog bites and salami bites just to satisfy the thing here. So Shane is the most recent person that's trying to put me under. High five. I'm seriously losing track, but Shane is the most recent. So high five for Shane. What do you say? Say thank you. Good girl. All right. All right. Am I caught up? Is this one for Shane? I'm forgetting now. Honest to God, you all, I did do Eric's from North Shore Travelers, right? Did I not? Y'all are getting me. This is, I think, the tops. Like, I've not been put in this position before. M74 is here. All right. Cruise Life TV says it's party night. Absolutely. I forgot what the heck was going on tonight, but Shane, thank you. Have I covered everybody? I don't want to make sure I didn't forget anybody as far as the super chats go. I thought I got everybody there. We got Shane. We got Eric from North Shore Travelers. I think I did anyway. Yeah, you know what? I mean, we only got a couple minutes left. All right, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're all caught up. All right, so now I think I started to ask this, and I don't know if I even finished the question, but let's go on to the next would you rather. Booze Cruise or Booze Beach? Did I hit 100? Oh, wait, yeah, we did, right? North Shore Travelers was 75 through 89. Frankie Floyd was 90 through 94. And then Shane put us over the top. Shane put us over the top. Hold on a second. Yep, absolutely. So Shane is 95 through 100. And then also Shane is 1 through 16. So for next week, Shane is 1 through 16. Okay, so let's go through the numbers here. And this is awesome. This made it so worth it as far as doing the super chats and everything. The funny thing is, I told Anita to watch this. I said, I'm going live. So Anita, if you are watching this happen, you need to put in the comments that you're watching. So I don't know if she did. Brad H, probably Booze Cruise, no worries about forgetting to come back to the ship. Yeah. All right. So look, here, let's go through the numbers here. We got Sherry and Jay, 1 through 22. Rick is 23 and 24. Carnival Cruise Addicts, 25 through 39. Tim G, 40 through 59. D Kid, 60 through 74. Eric, North Shore Travelers, 75 through 89. Frankie Floyd, 90 through 94. And then Shane, 95 through 100. And then Shane, you're also numbers 1 through 16 for the next drawing. All right. So just show everybody that we got this cleared out. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 100. 64. Who is 64? That is D Kid. D Kid, who I met on the Carnival Luminosa out of Alaska. D Kid, you win the second shirt. So we have Cruise Live TV, Greg and Michelle, and we have D Kid, who won the two shirts. I love it when we do two shirts in a night. And Husnavi says booze cruise. Absolutely. Tonight was a booze cruise for me, courtesy of all of you. Thank you so much. And I mean, honestly, it was a lot of fun. Okay. Would you rather? I still have one more. Would you rather? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. We didn't do booze cruise or booze beach. So we still have 28 people online. If you haven't already hit that like button and subscribe button if you're new, make sure you do that. But booze cruise or booze beach. So if you can go to Cozumel, for example, and you can get on a catamaran and you can drink while you're on the catamaran, or you can go to someplace like Mr. Sancho's or Paradise Beach and just drink on the beach and go take a dip when you want. Would you rather do a booze cruise or a booze beach? So cruise or beach? Put that in the comments. Cruise or beach? Okay, so Frankie says beach. D-Kid, cruise, cruise, cruise. All right, so we got 3-1. I did not do Tim's. You know what? Jay, for you, we're going to make this happen. Okay, beach. We're going to have to add these up. Can somebody add these up for me, Tim, or somebody that hasn't had however many shots I've had? Because I can't count anymore. But Jay, and I won't ever forget you from the Carnival Magic. And Ann, you better go on another cruise with me. Ann, you better go on another cruise with me. And Ann, I'm going on the Carnival Magic again in March 23rd. My next 3 cruises after that. So Carnival Magic, March 23rd. All of you keeping track, come do the bar crawl. The Carnival Horizon, possibly my favorite ship, June 8th. And then the Carnival Venetia, which I've never cruised on yet, June 18th through the 26th. And after that, if anybody wants to travel to Australia, July 21st, Carnival Splendor. We're going from the Australia to Sydney, Australia to Singapore. All right. Yes. You want to do that? Carnival Cruise Addicts. I do. I do need a moderator. Did we have somebody say something bad? Hold on. You're scaring me now. Carnival Cruise Addicts. We haven't had a troll or whatever for a little while. So, okay. Yeah, I do need a moderator. You're probably referring to counting up the, look at how many votes we had. This is awesome. Tim, I usually ask Tim and Cheryl ahead of time. They're my awesome admins on the Coach Cruise Facebook page, and they usually do this stuff for me. But since you all put me under with all these shots, but Jay and Tim, speaking of Tim, Jay says I forgot your shot, so I have one more here for you. And again, trust me, I'm going to be killing water right after this. But Jay, there you go. I took care of Tim. I think we're all caught up. All right, let's see here. We got the Booze Beach. Will G was the first one, I think. Oh, wait, no, hold on. We did do the t-shirt drawing. D-Kid won the t-shirt drawing. Okay. All right, so Will G was the first one with the Booze Beach. So we got one for beach. Yeah, Cruise Life TV, you're not wrong about the Anita part. Booze Cruise or Booze Beach. Cruise for sure. Sun and liquor can be brutal. All right, so Booze Cruise. So we got a beach, we got a cruise. Brad H says probably Booze Cruise. So 2 for cruise, 1 for beach, 3 for cruise, 2 for beach, T-boat on the go. Rick says Cruise, so that's 4-2. 5-2, Mike Anthony. He's on the catamaran. Sandy says beach. That's 5-3. Tim says beach. That's 5-4. Seg says cruise. 6-4. Carnival Cruise Addicts makes it 7-4. Will says good night. All right. Frankie says beach. I think that makes it 6-5. Seg, stop. Seg saying one more drink. Oh, okay. No, I think I did. So Jay said I didn't do Tim's. So we got Tim's. Then we got beach, beach, beach. Oh, look at that. So beach is overtaking the cruise. I think beach is up by 2. Okay, so then we got the cruise. So beach is up by 1. Moderator. Horizon's a great boat. Yes, it is. I would choose Booze Cruise. So I think we're tied. M74 is I need a few moderators. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? I do that. If somebody would like to be a moderator, message me. If you follow the channel and really enjoy the show, that would be awesome. And seriously, everybody, thank you. And all the super chats today were crazy awesome. And I promise you, I'm going to go drink a lot of water right now to get right. And look at that. We got Mandy. Mandy has been a long time follower. And she says, hey, Coach, so busy this week. We'll have to watch the live on the replay. But she jumped in at the last minute here. So good to see you here, Mandy. And Jay has said, it's good to be yes, it is. It is great to be the coach, Jay. And I hope you and Sherry are having a wonderful evening together. And Carnival Cruise Addicts says, great live. Go hydrate. I am going to do that. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that super chat, super lives watched. If you watch this on replay and you've seen this all the way to the end, thank you for everybody hit the like button. All you new people, if you hit the subscribe button, especially if you hit the notification button after the subscribe button, thank you so much. And we'll catch you all later. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.